As we close out the year, unresolved tensions between parents and adult children often simmer beneath the surface. So the holidays do bring people together, but also they amplify old resentments. So joining us now to provide practical and heartfelt tools is parenting expert Vivian Meraki.
Hi, Vivian.
Hi, Vivian.
Good to see you again.
It's so good to have you.
So nice to see
you. Look
you.
wonderful. I love that jacket.
You couldn't be here at a better time because, as Tim just said, not everybody looks forward to the holidays for one reason or another. And for some people, it brings up those family tensions, and it's something they dread. So first things first, you say have this preparation for repair talk for the holidays. So do you mean for yourself, or how do you prepare?
It's a bit of both, because the holidays, like you said, it can be a time for families to be expected to come together, but it can also be a time that is a catalyst for some of these unresolved tensions to arise. And because of that, it can be a good time to address it before the new year. And so one of the things that I often suggest is to start with you. Think about what you regretted. Think about what you want to change. Think about the outcome that you want and start from that place, and then ask for time to talk about it. And I always say ask for the time because we don't want to just jump into the conversation. Sometimes we're blindsiding the other person, and it helps them to stay more open to having a conversation when you set time aside.
Well, listen, any difficult conversation, nobody looks forward to that. But is the framing of it, is that part of asking for the time? Is there other ways that we can frame these difficult discussions, situations, so we can make it a little bit easier on the other party?
It's a huge part of it, because the way you start can be the way that someone is able to receive it. Sometimes people get defensive because of the intensity we go in with. Sure. You know, it might be like, I need to talk, or we need to have the talk. No one likes that. Or, you know, you always or you never, like those kind of things. But instead, what I suggest to my clients is start from a place of vulnerability, actually. You know, come in with, this is really difficult for me to talk about, and I want to talk to you about it. Or, I miss you. How do we reconnect and repair some of what we've been experiencing?
From a place of almost love and vulnerability rather than blame, because then their defenses go up. Yeah. Up next, you say, why do we want to own the impact before explaining ourselves in the conversation?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
So impact, I often say impact over impact over intention. And the reason I say that is because intention, which is what we often get into, it's so common. I did it myself for years, where I would explain my intention behind what happened. Oh, this happened because of this. This is what I was thinking. But what that sets up, and I'm saying this on air right now, what this sets up is the other person receives it like a deflection. Like you are not caring about what they felt. So when you're explaining your intention, your focus is on you and your experience. When you focus on the impact that it had on the other person, your focus is on them and their perception of what happened and the harm that was done.
Because we think so inner. We're not thinking outer as much. And when we're thinking about that, when do we realize when it's the proper time to have these conversations, and then maybe one of the times, okay, let's hold back and maybe not do it right now?
Timing's everything.
Timing is everything. So the perfect time, there's no perfect time really. The best time is usually as it's happening in the moment, trying to catch it and then address it. And oftentimes when we do that, it doesn't have to get as big as it does sometimes. But in absence of that, then oftentimes my suggestion is to look for the moments where we're out of the swings, right? The emotional swings. So when someone's really excited or celebrating something, not then. Or when someone is going through a hard time or big deadlines looming up, not then. And that's why asking for the time can also make a big difference, because you can find a time to meet in the middle and carve out space to have the conversation.
If they're super stressed, busy, or tired, not the right time. We really want some tips in terms of setting boundaries. If somebody has no choice but to show up at that gathering, how do you create healthy boundaries?
I think the thing I want people to walk away with is that it is okay to set up boundaries, and boundaries are not a wall for distance. Boundaries is actually a way to prevent more resentment from coming in. So the three things I often talk about, one is time. You can limit time. Think to yourself, how much time do I want to spend there? What is a successful amount of time where everyone still feels pretty good? And don't go right up against the edge of your limit. You don't have to stay to the point where you feel the resentment. The second piece is topics. There are certain topics that might be really activating for people. And it's okay to say, let's not talk about that right now, I'm not ready. We can set some time up, you know, later on. And then the third is communication. Having the conversation and saying, you know, I probably won't be able to stay for the whole thing, but I really want to be here and, you know, connect.
It always comes back to communication, doesn't
it?
Yeah, Where can we follow you, Vivian?
I'm on Instagram and YouTube at Vivian Meraki, and also my website, vivianmeraki.com.
Awesome. Happy holidays to you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.